It's second down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 55 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And a penalty flag is down here. The kick no good, but they may have sold out a bit too much for the block. Looked like they made contact with him on the follow-through. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. On first down, Coleman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
21.
Now on second and 13. Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Here we go.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at the 40. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
65. One, Omaha.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Intended for Kendrick Moore. Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, Charles, you and I have made our predictions for Super Bowl 54. Well, coming soon, the official Madden NFL 20 Super Bowl prediction, something Madden folks do every year is predict how they think the big game is going to play out. And that prediction with the help of nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Mahomes to throw. D Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Like 80!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Hey, keep it up.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go. 180!
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A quick sidestep here, CD. The NFL doing something kind of neat for its 100th season, which wraps up with Super Bowl 54. They're inducting a 20-man class, a centennial class, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. Now, a number of modern-day candidates won't be announced until the night before the Super Bowl, but 15 have already been announced, and it's a pretty good list so far. Guys like Harold Carmichael, Bobby Dillon, Alex Karras, Donnie Shell, Duke Slater, a number of others in there as well, CD.
Yeah, you're right about that, and what this does is they hope it helps ease the backlog of some of the great candidates that are out there. You know, a Max Speedy and Ed Sprinkle people may have forgotten about, but they were tremendous during their time frame.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy that has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
26-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Coleman now. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman. As the first half is winding down, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, it's Coleman. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
11, man.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine.
43.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, hey, CD, we talked about some of the guys that were going into the Hall of Fame, the 15 that we already know. But of the more modern-day players that are finalists, who do you think's going to get in?
That is really, really difficult. I'm glad you asked because it gives us a chance to kick it around just a little bit. Tony Baselli, the left tackle, a lot of people have not put him in, I think, due to longevity. But when he played, he was as good as it got. I mean, the best in the game. I think it's his time. I think he's going to find his way in, even though there's a backlog of offensive linemen like Steve Hutchinson's available. Alan Fanika's available. If you have to pick a safety out of this crew of Leroy Butler, Steve Atwater, John Lynch, Troy Polamalu, good luck on that one, although I think Polamalu is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he gets in. I think Edgerrin James, the running back, it's his time. He should have been in a while ago as far as I'm concerned. It's time for him to go ahead and get his due and get in. And if you're a receiver, good luck. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Reggie Wayne. Who do you pick out of that crew? So I think a few guys who are deserving will get overlooked again, like a Sam Mills, the linebacker, or a Zach Thomas. But all in all, it's going to be a very strong class.
And we will find out who the 5 are that will go into Canton with the other 15 the night before the Super Bowl on Saturday.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
11.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And a pass is incomplete. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
I don't think you got it, sir.
Now Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. On first down, Coleman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Garoppolo finding his tight end, Kittle, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's Coleman here, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Mahomes to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw. Flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. They'll look to throw. Caught here by Bell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Yellow, switch.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
squad like, what? In the field like